everyone in this world has an aura or has some sort of presence about them. And some of their presence is good, and sometimes their presence just makes you feel very uncomfortable. And this is what I'm going to talk about. Throughout my years, I met a lot of different people. I met people who are really like kind, and you just get the vibe that they're kind, right? You just know that they're very generous and they have a kind heart and pure. And you want to be around these types of people. And then I met people who are just very arrogant, who are cocky, that think they know everything, that they can get all the girls and stuff like that. And I met people who just like to complain all the time. They just talk smack about other people behind their back. I met people who have like double personalities, that when you talk to them one-on-one, they act very kind to you, but then when they're in a group, they act different. Or when they are out in public, when they treat like other people differently. And when that happens, you get a different shift of energy, like a different vibe or a different aura with people, and it gives you mixed signals, right? And I think it's very important to have awareness about this and realize that there are some people that are good for you and there are some people that are bad for you, and that you do not need to hang around people who give you bad energy, man. Because I'm telling you, that stuff can spread onto you like a virus. You will start eventually developing the same habits, the same sort of energy, the more you hang around this person. I'll give you an example. In high school or middle school, you have the popular group, right? And they're popular for, many different reasons. Maybe they're really good at sports or academics, or they're just good at everything. But then there are some people, those types of groups, sometimes they end up becoming very arrogant and they look down on other people, right? The other groups, they look down on the geeks, or they look down on other groups and stuff like that. And then when you hang around those types of people that are the popular crew, deep down that that's not the type of person you are, but you just hang around with them because it makes you feel like you're part of a group, or it makes you feel like you're part of something. But deep down, that how they behave is not very good. But then over time, you start becoming a fake person. You start becoming like them. You start acting like the popular crew. You start, in order to get along with the crew, in order to feel like you belong, you start talking shit about the other groups. Oh yeah, they're just, look at those guys, they dress so weird. Look at them, they're dumb. You start acting like them, like the group that you're with, but then you realize deep down that that's not you. And then eventually when you graduate, you just, go your separate ways. But it's like that with a lot of people, that even in today, like as an adult, we hang around certain people, certain groups, that all they like to do is just talk shit about others, about how dumb their coworkers are, or they're just complaining about their life situation. Like, I'm not making enough money. This bullshit. The weather sucks. The politics is terrible. All they do is complain. But then when you hang around these types of people, you may have something to talk about, and it may seem interesting to you, quote unquote, but then you start becoming like them, and then that that's not really you, and then you become that problem. You become just like them, and then other people will start saying to you, oh man, this guy complains all the time now, or this guy is just like a negative Nancy. So if you don't want to be that, you gotta start to really have awareness and realize that there's some people that are not meant for you, that you shouldn't hang around with. When you hang around certain groups, you start picking up their slang, their lingo. You start thinking a certain way too. And I've noticed that when I hang around certain people like that are very, let's say, extroverted, that love to socialize, that love to go out and interact, I'm more introverted as a person. So when I hang around those types of people, at a certain point I get tired of it, and then I want to leave. I want to leave that social setting. It's okay to do that. That's absolutely fine to do that. But you need to realize that you have the power. You do not need to succumb to however the other people are just to satisfy them. You can leave whenever you want to leave, when it's not meant for you, when it's not good for you, or when your social battery has been exhausted, has died. Feel free to leave. That's why for me personally, I don't like social events so much, because I'm more introverted. I don't like going to weddings, to be honest. I don't like going to parties anymore, because I just feel like I have to socialize so much. I have to talk about so much shit to other people that I'm not really interested in talking about, and it just drains me, like emotionally, like mentally. It just drains me, man, just to talk so much. And the funny thing is, it's always the same conversations. It's like, yo, so what do you do for a living? Oh, so yeah, who are you dating these days? Oh yeah, so where have you been to? Oh yeah, this and that, this and that. And then everyone's dressed up, right? In like their suits and stuff like that, and fancy. Dude, I can't do that all the time, man. I can't do that. I can't be that overly social with people. So now what I do is I just stay quiet. I'm just more of a listener. I just speak a few sentences, a few phrases, and I just let them speak. But even then, just because of I know who I am as a person, I know my personality, even then listening to conversations so much can also make me tired. It also mentally drains me. So I just leave at a certain point. And I don't like being put into forced social settings. I do not like to, like, I'm obligated to go to a social event like a wedding, or meet some people, distant members of my family that I don't even talk about, but I'm obligated to meet them because my parents have told me to, or whatever. That is the worst kind of situation to be in for someone like me who is more introverted. Because the energies don't match. It just doesn't match, and I'm just not realistically interested in talking so much about my life to other people. They don't have the right to know. They don't need to know. So yeah, I urge you to really reassess your social setting, and also learn more about what type of personality you are, what type of person you are, how much energy that you can really take in from people, and how much energy that you can give out to people. And you also need to understand that everyone has different types of vibes. There's people who bring really good vibes, and there's people who bring mid vibes, and then there's people who just bring negativity. And the thing is, I think we get more attracted to, I don't know what it is. I think nowadays we get more attracted to like the negativity, because it's just like something to talk about, like drama, people gossiping, stuff like that. Like nowadays, a lot of people just get into that more, rather than just the positive aspect, rather than just like being around positive people, you know. Subconsciously, I think that's it, you know. But yeah, we really need to start doing this, because it also affects our mental health, right? Our health and longevity, depending on who we interact with and what kind of person they are. Because the thing is, we are taking in energy from everything around us, right? Not just people. We're taking energy from the, you know, from television screens, from our phones, from nature, from the sun. It's all energy, right? So there's good energy and there's bad energy, but people also bring bad energy as well into your heart. So you need to be very careful with that, right? Because your time is very valuable, and your health is very valuable too. And that's the most important thing as well. You need to realize that. And yeah, that's what I want to talk about. See you next time.